I've seen a bunch of videos online that are titled, if I started YouTube today or started over on YouTube today, what would I do differently? Or this is what I'd do differently. So this is my video of that. And obviously on this channel, I only have like 150 subscribers right now, but I have another channel that has over 1,300 and over 135,000 views in the last, 12 months. So there's a little bit of growth there that I've started to understand. And I've been focusing on YouTube, learning YouTube for the last year or so. So what would I do differently? Just looking at my videos and my things that I've done, and on this channel especially in the past. I think going back through all my old videos, I can notice a few things that happen where I think that the thumbnail or the hook or the gear or something is kind of that magic bullet that's going to make everything work and grow, and not realizing that it really comes down to your idea and understanding what niche is. Idea is king. The more and more I go through that, finding good ideas is what makes you grow on YouTube. But also understanding your niche is important too. So understanding your niche isn't necessarily about like what specific things you're talking about. It's understanding that you are your niche, and what you talk about, your experiences, your personality, the things that you bring to the table that no one else brings to the table, that is all part of your niche. So whether you're a gaming channel or you're a fitness channel or you're, a coach, a life coach, or whatever it might be, you are huge and probably the biggest part of your niche. So even if you're in that area, people are going to watch not only for the content you're giving, but you yourself, your personality. And like I'm always saying is people come to YouTube for people, like they wanting something real. So instead of focusing on like what specific YouTube niche you're in, focus on bringing yourself into that more than what you normally do. I just focused on this channel about trying to show people how to grow on YouTube from scratch and what that might look like. But I was so focused on that YouTube growth niche that I lost who I am. I lost my personality. I lost my ability to like be real and authentic in it. It just kind of became overproduced. And some of that's coming from the background that I have in video production, and I know how to make good videos and edit and add all the frills, right? But the reality is I did not understand that I was the biggest part of my niche. A thought I have is that you can earn the right to get broader in your niche. You can earn the right to expand what you talk about by starting specific. You can throw a bunch of experimental videos up there and try to find what clicks, and then that's your niche. Or you could just be who you are, talk about what you love to talk about and what you're wanting to build, but be so specific on that it's almost uncomfortable. And then what that allows you to do is as you grow, people are there not just for what you're talking about, but for you. You can expand that more and you can go into the other areas of your world that you want to explore. So I would try to do this and be very specific for like the first 90 days on YouTube. I'd want to be really specific and allow my audience to find me and know who I am, but also YouTube needs the credibility of consistent uploads that are in the same niche, in the same realm, right? So doing this for 90 days is a big deal. Having one audience you're looking at, talking to, having that one transformation or concept that you're trying to get across the videos allows YouTube to really understand who you are. And if you're watching this and you're struggling to know who you are or who your audience is, or just to find clarity in your channel in general, I put together a creator assessment that is linked in the description below. It's simply a form that has like, I think 6 or 7 different questions on it to help you think through the process of, kind of getting clarity and giving you some options moving forward. I'm not selling anything. There's no download. There's nothing that you have to buy. It's purely just me wanting to have a resource out there that I wish I had to be able to kind of help me go through that process. So if it's interesting to you, click that link in the description below. So all this makes me want to talk about the real like engine of growth on YouTube. And you've heard it so many times, but it really reigns true, and that's consistency. Consistency over time. So like if you can remove all the noise around what growth is on YouTube, there's so many videos and gurus and different strategies on how to grow on YouTube. If you're going to remove out all the noise, it comes down to 2 things. It comes down to consistency and improvement. So when I say consistency, I mean like years, not weeks. So obviously you start small, but like you need to be consistent over months and years, and then you'll start to see the growth happen, and you'll start to see that exponential curve. Too many people want to look at some of the examples of people who just grow and blow up really quickly. And those are outliers. Those are 1 in 1,000 or more, 1 in a million. I mean, that's not the average YouTuber. The average YouTuber, if they're going to grow, their channel is going to grow, it's over years. So you have to understand that I have to be consistent over a long period of time, but knowing that that is a huge foundation for growth. The other thing is talking about improvements, and how improvements are small tweaks that you add in every single time that you make a video, and that you just consistently try to improve. One of the things that I heard early on, and I even have said in a number of my videos on this channel, is just improve 1%. Make every video 1% better. That is good in theory. And I think it's harder to like put in and to quantify that, to understand like, am I 1% better? Like, what does that look like? And what I've come to learn is that improvement isn't just the technical side of things. I was so focused on getting a little bit better lighting or better audio or better editing or better delivery and performance, whatever you want to call it. But the reality is, what I've come to notice is that the improvement, half of it is in the idea. So improving, how you get ideas, how you research ideas, how you convey ideas through your videos. So the other half of that coin is stronger ideas. You have consistency and improvement. Well, most of improvement is having better ideas. And I've come to realize that ideas carry your channel, not the editing, not the flashiness. Obviously, depending on your niche, if you're in a huge entertainment niche, you might need to be flashy and have some edits. But for the majority of us out here on YouTube, the idea is king, and it helps us in editing, because if we've done the research and we've studied the idea, we can give better delivery, and it helps us understand what our edit's going to look like. It makes filming easier because we already understand what we're going to say, and we don't have to do 15 different takes. We can just kind of convey that message the way we already have studied it. So think about it this way. Your job on YouTube and building a channel is more about shaping your ideas than it is about just talking on camera. So don't just think of, I need to go say this on camera. I need to shape this idea into something that's going to be useful and helpful to people that are in my audience. Okay, I'm shaping this idea. So that being said, how would I handle this whole like better ideas thing if I started over? I would do better idea development. Instead of just looking at an outlier video, which is a video that has performed really well for a channel that's really small, instead of just looking at that, copying it, or even like looking at the transcript and just saying things differently. There's so many videos out there that are basically just copying the same content. They're not reshaping the idea. They're just saying it in their own words. That falls flat. Instead of kind of doing that, I would develop my ideas more. So you can study those outliers and you can bring those ideas over. You got to understand why they worked in the first place. So why is that outlier video working? What about the thumbnail and the title makes sense and is standing out and causing people to click? But also, what about their delivery and their shaping of their idea is causing people to stay, which is allowing YouTube to blow that video up. So don't just take it and bring your own angle. Really take that to heart, break that down, and then reshape your entire idea. And it's really good to find those outlier videos outside of your niche so that you can really reshape that the best to what you're talking about. So all this has come from time doing it and learning it, and I'm still working on it. Obviously, I don't know everything and how to do it perfectly. I don't think there's any shortcuts. I think better ideas are hard to do, and they're going to start standing out more and more, because I don't know if you noticed, but everybody's videos are starting to sound very similar because everyone's using AI to help write their outlines and their scripts. And so I think coming up with ideas and reshaping ideas that are going to be specific to you are going to stand out really well. Anyway, I think that growing on YouTube and building a business alongside of that becomes so much easier and more simple when you strip away all the noise and you focus on the foundations that the growth actually comes from. Being consistent and having great ideas will get you growth on YouTube. So focus on those two things and you'll see where you can go from there. Hopefully this is helpful. If it was, leave me a like and a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.